You're listening to the Body Contouring Academy's Proven Profits podcast, where you'll learn simple, actionable strategies from real-world, wildly successful body contouring professionals to help you generate more revenue, realize the profits you deserve, and create the life you desire. I'm Shannon Schimmel.
And I'm Kay Overly, and we're your hosts of the Proven Profits podcast.
Welcome back to the Body Contouring Academy's Proven Profits podcast. I'm Shannon, here with Kay, and today we'll tell you in episode number 21, how to bring your unsold patients back in to buy from you with the ultimate sales follow-up process.
Your patient came in for her consultation, but even though you know you did everything right, she didn't buy from you. So now what? Well, she's not gone for good. You're just moving on to step 2 of the sales presentation. With your failure to close at the consultation, your sales presentation has just evolved into 2-step process. Step 2 is the follow-up process.
So many sales professionals make the mistake of never moving into a sales follow-up process. It's estimated that 48% of sales professionals never contact the patient again after she leaves. Huge mistake. That's close to a guarantee you'll never close the sale. Don't be one of those 48%ers.
You absolutely must follow up, and more than once or twice. In this episode, we're going to provide you with the information, tools, and foundation you need to ace the follow-up process, lead those patients back to your office to buy from you, and become the #1 seller. Wouldn't it be great if every patient who came in for a consultation bought from you? Unfortunately, a percentage of those patients won't. Statistics show that 57% of the patient's purchase decision has been completed by the time she comes in for the consultation. So shoot for at least a 57% sales conversion rate.
And you'll need to continue to work on the remaining 43%. What do we mean by work 'em? We mean you must follow up, call them, email them, text them. Unfortunately, most sales professionals don't like follow-up and don't do a great job at it, or they don't do it at all. It's the most unglamorous part of the sales process.
Good sales professionals never give up on unsold patients and make certain that someday these patients do come back and buy. If you want to be in that top tier of body contouring providers, and if you're listening to this podcast, we think you do, we know you're going to do it, and we're telling you it doesn't have to be such an unenjoyable burden. You know, as the saying goes, work smarter, not harder. The secret to the kind of awesome follow-up that will be sure to bring patients back in to buy from you is in developing a follow-up process or a system. So how do you design and develop your sales follow-up process? You start with a good foundation and include all the necessary elements.
First, start with this theme, polite persistence. This means you must be relentless in your sales follow-up and follow up regularly, but not so often to be perceived as a pest.
Next, include proven strategies. Use a follow-up schedule. This ensures that no one will fall through the crack when you map out your schedule.
Utilize different contact methods. Use a combination of telephone calls, emails, text, and we'll go deeper into the forms of contact in our next episode.
Time your follow-up for maximum impact. Contact the patient more frequently during that first 21 days.
And leverage both phone scripts and text and email templates. Save time and stay consistent.
Track and document all contact attempts and review all that information before you contact each patient.
And always get an agreement on the next steps. Be considerate, set a date or time, and contact.
You've already learned that nearly half of sales professionals avoid contacting the unsold patient after she leaves. Now, we don't think this is really due to a lack of time. It's due to emotional factors, like maybe feeling like you're bothering the patient or being a pest, or you have a big fear of rejection, or maybe you don't even like talking on the phone. Chances are you can personally relate to one or more of these emotional factors.
And that brings us to our action step for this episode. Identify the emotional factors you have that may interfere in your follow-up process. Then create a plan to overcome those fears so you can move on to the next step.
In our next episode, we'll unveil both our immediate follow-up model and our long-term follow-up model, and we'll show you how to put both of these systems into play in your practice so you never lose a single sale.
And that's it for today. Stay tuned and subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. Bye for now from Shannon and Kay at the Body Contouring Academy's Proven Profits podcast.